Hello and welcome to Brett's Play. Today I am playing through The Bunker, a soon-to-be released game on the PlayStation 4, which will also be coming to Steam as well. And if you're thinking, boy, those are some mighty fine graphics, that's because The Bunker is an FMV game, which means everything is, well, everything's a film, basically. So what I'm obviously going to do is I'm just going to show you the early goings of the game. This is currently a preview of it, sort of thing. I shall be reviewing it, but due to the stipulations of the embargo, I can't actually show much off, and I also can't really be reviewing it. So please keep in mind that things may seem a bit off, but these things may be fixed by launch thanks to a patch. But let's just look through the options, which I always like to do. So you've got audio volume and subtitles, always worth fiddling about with. You've got brightness, which, let's try and get that right for my TV. That may seem a touch high, but I have got my TV set to game settings, so normally crushes the darker colours quite a bit. Subtitles we can turn off and on. I'm going to leave them on, and you can make the controller a bit more sensitive if you want to, but I shall not. So we'll apply this and we'll go to the new game of The Bunker. Hopefully what we get is quite a fun experience, so let's jump in. July 1986, in a secret nuclear bunker in England, government and military personnel 58. Oh, that's Green Man Gaming are putting out as well, that's cool. Green Man Gaming, obviously a well-known PC games store, basically. It's almost like a little Steam thing.
Really well. Just dropping from 100 over 70 to 70 over.
My subtitles always are positive.
That's it, keep pushing. I can see the head. Last push.
So someone's obviously giving birth, but what are they giving birth to? It's a boy.
Well done.
Do I have to breathe? I don't really get how I do breathe. I think I did it. So there we go. I succeeded in breathing. A victory for gaming and gamers. So obviously government and military personnel has gone up by 1 thanks to that baby. Reasonably quick loading, that's always good. Day 10,998, 30 years later. As you can see, we've got that I'm moving about the place. So it seems to be a sort of classic point and click adventure to a degree. Just going to leave that to the corner not to distract too much from what's going on for now. fairly nicely composed shots there.
You've got to say it again, John. You can't leave me alone, Mum. Still be here. I'll always be here. But you've got to say it again.
As long as I stick to the routine, I'll be safe. As long as I
Always be here.
stay in our rooms, I'll be safe. As long as I don't go outside, I'll be safe.
That's it. Good boy. What time is it?
Bleeding time, Mum.
This.
So do we read Treasure Island, or do we read the Bible, or do we read... I don't know what that is. Apparently I can't read that. So we're not going to read the thing I can't see. We're going to read Treasure Island, just because that's the kind of man I am.
He was concealed by the time behind another trunk. He must have watched. Mum.
Can't help it.
I love you, John. I'll be here. I keep you safe, I promise.
No. 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 Please. Please.
So it seemed like the mum was played by the younger actress that portrayed the mother earlier on. Obviously seems they did not opt to have an older actress. Could be wrong there, could just be a very young looking old person. If so, you know, fair play. Day 11,109 we are on now. And here is my routine, which is very blown out on my settings, despite the fact it shouldn't be. So I'm going to knock that down. I think I'm going to knock subtitles off. Normally I'll keep subtitles on just because I find it helps detract when there is bad lip sync, but obviously you're not really going to get bad lip sync, are you, in a game that's live action? I forgot to save those situations. So turn that off and apply and resume game. It's really bright for some reason, but anyway. Number 1, medical vitamins and dosimeter. So let's do the medical.
I need to take my vitamins first.
Okay. Well, I will take my vitamins then. It's interesting. It's very much a point-and-click adventure, but obviously with real people doing real things, it's...
I wonder if my radiation level is safe.
just obviously a bit different to what you expect. Is that how you test the radiation level? I have no idea what that's meant to be.
Radiation is just over 70 mR.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
Cool. Let's listen to the radio. Doesn't seem to be anything. Can I make him move stuff? Yes, I can. Only move one way there. And there's no one on the radio. This seems really overexposed, and I don't know why. Hopefully that's something that will be resolved at a later date. But anyway, let's do the radiation check. How do I do my radiation check? I imagine by doing this. So yeah, please keep in mind this is a preview of the game that is out before release. So any small issues you may notice may be resolved by the time it comes out through a patch, as is the nature of video games in this day and age. So as you can see, we are doing a radiation test. Everything is fine.
Good.
Let's look at food.
I need to choose dinner.
There's 2 boxes to choose from. Let's look at that one.
Peas and carrots, I suppose. So that makes 27 years, 3 months and 14 days of food left.
Just eating it on the toilet. Fucking hell, that's depressing. Don't think I've ever been that bad. Please don't tell me that she's still in that bed. Why is she still in the bed? Chuck her out somewhere.
I'm not very good at drawing.
Weird. Very, very weird. Let's read the Bible.
I need to read to Mum.
Let's do some good choices. I'm going to read the Bible in this situation.
Cast thy bread upon the running waters, for after a long time thou shalt find it again. Give a portion to 7, and also to 8. And thou knowest what evil shall be upon this earth. If the cloud be full, they will pour out rain upon the earth. If the tree fall to the south or the north, in that place soever it shall fall, there shall it be.
That's interesting. He's obviously seems a tiny bit timid, as you'd expect from someone who's been raised by his mother throughout the entirety of his life, I imagine, and not got out to see any of the world. But let's sort out vitamins and dosimeter again. So same thing again. Take my vitamins. Oh, I don't even get a choice this time, it seems. Just doing it automatically there.
Radiation is nearly 80 MR. It's increasing.
Interesting. Which might mean There's a leak or something, I'd imagine. There's a bit of voices there. Still all functioning the same.
"27 years, 3 months, and 13 days left."
I don't get why he goes to the toilet whilst he eats. Unless it's that bad, it just goes right through you. How bizarre.
We had a dreary morning's work before us, but there were no sign of any wind, and the boats had gone out and manned, and the ship wrapped 3 or 4 miles around the corner of the island and up around the narrow passages to the haven behind Skeleton Island. I volunteered for one of the boats, where I had,
So that's the food and mother sorted. So day 11111. What do we do? Well, it's the same routine again, but maybe we will have another slight variation in what's happening. So, vitamins. So it looks like it's the same cutscene again and again. I don't know if it is.
Radiation is over 80 MR.
So slightly more radiation. It's getting worse. Radio still nothing. Systems. Shit. So we see our first system error, something is happening. What are we going to have to do? Something new to your life routine.
The procedural manual. Where is it?
So where could the procedural manual be? Let's look at this little figurine first for some reason.
This has never happened before.
I reckon it was probably a natural in it. And we have 3 to look at. Let's look at the big one.
The manual.
Bingo. So, the manual reads, in the event of a server failure, 1. Make announcement to the mains... Is that announcement? It is. Make announcement that mains power is being shut down for maintenance. 2. Find fuse box located in storage room level 2 and identify damaged fuses. 3. Locate replacement fuse or fuses. 4. Shut off mains power. Wait 10 seconds. 5. Replace damaged fuse or fuses. 6. Switch mains powers back on. And 7. Perform a systems check. So, we know what we have to do, but are we
Find
going to
the
go do
fuse
it?
box level 2. Find the fuse box level 2.
So press
Mum.
triangle. Oh, so he collects toys, or makes toys.
I'm not sure I can do
Intriguing.
this.
Very high ISO it looks like on those shots.
There's nothing in there I need. I need to find the fuse box on level 2.
So we are level 1 at the moment. Let's go into room 1. Okay, so this is where Mum is.
What do I do, Mum? Mum, help me.
Not really going to get help, am I?
My old drawings.
Seems to be a gun. A soldier. A rocket. And something that looks like it says either Greg or Dog. A dolphin. And there we go, those are our drawings. It's interesting, it just seems like he's never grown up. Like he's a 30-year-old who seems to be acting like a 10-year-old almost.
The key. Now I have to leave.
Interesting. Let's see if I can find anything else. We have a stethoscope from the looks of things, but I can't pick it up.
I can't use anything in there.
Okay. So we'll shut that up, and
She liked it when I read to her.
we will duck out. I mean,
If I find the manual, I can fix this.
we already have the manual.
I don't need new underwear right now. My old diary.
Today it is my birthday, and I have had extra peaches, my favourite, and there was a candle. Mum gave me this book and some pens. Look, here are the colours. Vera sang me a ring of roses. She said she was crying because she is happy it's my birthday. And then she and PJ and Louie and Mum sang me happy birthday, but not too loud. I blew out the candle. This book is going to be my book about my friends. Today I will start a new friend. He will look like this. He will be a soldier because I have a general, but I need a bigger army. I've got a block from the map room, but I had to hide. Mr. Bishop was there. He nearly saw me. He was shouting. He says I am a waste. I think he is a waste. I will make the soldier, and Mr. Churchill and Joan of Arc will tell him to fight Mr. Bishop. We had ham today.
That is unreadable. I do not understand. So
It
obviously,
is sort of pink and sticky.
there we go.
It is better than sardines, which are the worst. Mum has made my knife sharper so I can finish off doing my soldier. She says Rocky was the best at winning fights, so that's his name. I finished Rocky, so here are all my friends.
So yeah, various figurines that he's made. Cool. Interesting. Gives you a bit of backstory, obviously, always good to get, that's why I tracked back.
I need to find that manual.
We have the manual.
I'm not sure I can do this.
You know, if you stay in your room, you'll be safe.
So he's having a panic attack of some sort. It's a weird transition.
And I've taken the spoil supplies off
And spit it out.
14 months, at best. If we carry on as we are, 8 months. But I've gone over it with Dr. Hart. On bare minimum, we might make 14.
And bare minimum means?
I didn't like to press him, but scurvy, rickets. Christ. Ben.
Then we all just withered away to skin and bone. Maybe I should have just left the hatch open and gone for a nice stroll in the fresh air instead.
What do we do?
We tell people everything's all right.
It's not all right.
One whiff of this and you'll have your throat slit over the last tin of peaches. Is that the way you want to die, Sam? Fighting over scraps? We could just cut your wrist now and the rest of us will split your rations. Chin up, man. It's 10 minutes until the next bulletin. Fighting over scraps. Split your rations. Is that the way you want to die, Sam?
It's an interesting little flashback. Like the way they did that. Like the echoing of remembrance. So we're in the level 2 stairwell. And this is obviously where I need to be. And there we go. So what am I looking for? Let's go look at that. And we got another flashback.
Dan, this is Alex. Please send this out to all the Berkshire stations and let me know. Thanks. Hello? This is Alexandra Swan. I'm trying to contact my brother Jonathan Swan. When the 4-minute warning came, I was on the phone to him, and he said he'd got a place in one of the Berkshire bunkers, but I don't know which one. If he's with you, and his wife's name is Sarah. John, if you're there, or if anyone has any news on him, please let me know.
Guess we're not going to get anything, are we? Always worth waiting a tiny bit to see. Commodore. Slow selection. Personnel reports. So we've had a few failures and a few things. Doesn't seem too bad. Medical reports. Vera Taylor died in 96 for reasons unknown, and also in November 96 Carol Elizabeth Hurley died aged 32 of acute gastrointestinal failure, which was possible radiation sickness. Let's look at a personal log. So this is from Sam Collins, dated 9th of December 1996. It's going to be fine. Okay, so maybe fine isn't the right word, but we have enough supplies to make it through, I'm sure of it. If we can just keep it together and be sensible with the rations, then we can make it. Sure, none of us are going to get fat down here, but I could use losing a few pounds anyway. Fair enough. Fair, Sam. So, misc. Things I miss. Cute. So, things I miss: egg and chips, having a bath, my bed, warm sun on my neck, grass, chocolate, Natalie, things I hate, sardines, the bunker smell, and level 5. I wonder what the issue is with level 5. We won't know until we get there, I suppose. But that is another computer looked at. Let's look here.
Communication from Bunker HQ, Site 3, Corsham, Wiltshire. Prime Minister delivered safely before blast hits. 4,013 government ministers and civil servants, including Cabinet Office, local and national government agencies, intelligence and security advisors logged in. Shortage noted in domestic support staff. Guess they didn't make it. All facilities operating normally. Checks carried out in infirmary, bakery, laundry, kitchens, telephone exchange, storerooms, office space, living accommodation, maintenance areas and workshops. How big is that place? Trust me, get sent to this sardine tin. Prime Minister unsatisfied with living accommodation. Twat. Other. Civilian casualties noted outside bunker. Group of 50 attempted to breach rear exit blast door. Aggressive action not required. Activity ceased after blast. Poor bastards.
So, obviously you can't really read most of that, but if you hit square you can read it. Font, yet again, is fairly good, which is always a plus. So these little marks pop up showing me what things are. So we are through to another area. We have various toilets. And we also have the radiation warning map, which I can't really make much use out of for now, so we'll ignore it. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Some old vinyls. Nothing of interest. It's interesting, if you watch his head, when things are looked at, he does seem to move about a tiny bit. Obviously that is the place we need to be going, but I'm going to go through the bathroom yet, and you've just come from an angle that doesn't make sense.
With the greatest respect, sir, we've been up all night. It's been 10 minutes since I had to cover Vera's face.
But is it radiation?
I don't
sickness?
know yet. The nearest proper lab is under 10 tons of radioactive rubble, and I have to make do with a microscope.
It's all right, George. We'll run some tests, Mr. Bishop.
Is anyone else showing signs?
Yes, 6 others.
Quarantine them right away. Find out where they were working, what they've had contact with, and what they've been eating. We need a source.
Don't fully know what I was
Margaret.
getting at then. I think I got there in time.
It's all right. Come here, love. What's the matter?
I can't sleep.
It's all right. You know, if you stay in your room, you'll be safe. Have a bit of tick.
I don't like it here.
So that you do get QTEs that can hit you when you don't expect them. That's interesting. And the Rex, this just doesn't seem to actually be fast enough to get there. There doesn't seem to be anyone walking about those places, so that's the main thing I wanted to check. So that is a positive. So let's turn it off for now. Also, I'm going to move that sensitivity up, because that was extremely slow trying to get across there. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so back.
I don't like it here.
This locker room. Or
An
this
empty locker.
even. Nothing in there of any note.
I don't like it here.
So it seems at the moment in this game you are repeating the same things when you stand in certain places. But anyway, so 12th October 86, 1513 safety observations made by F.W. Hurley. Number 1, worrying brown residue around bulkhead seals. B7.1, B7.4 to 9 and B7.12. Don't know what to do about this one. Rubber compound shouldn't be perishing yet, indicates corrosion from something it's in contact with. Unless the cowboys use cottage cheese instead of VX compound, which given how the rest of the place is built wouldn't be unlikely. Response by C. Bishop. Nothing we can do, no replacement seals. Fantastic. Number 2, rare bulkhead beam next to recycling unit in A15 showed stress fracturing throughout paint surface. 2 rivets loose, welded, but looks like similar progression in roof beams 2 and 3 along adjacent wall. PJ says not major structural issues, but if it flexes any more it might spring a seal loose and we could be in rad trouble. I imagine they mean radiation and not like rad, as in like, you know, being cool. Best we can do is foam sealant, but we're running low, or seal off A15 completely. Responsible by C. Bishop. Gone through George, PJ and Frank. Can't waste foam. Told Frank to install additional Geiger in A15, so we have a warning of a rad breach. So again, 12th October, 1513 from FW Hurley. Number 3, unexpected moisture in C12. PJ says might be condensation from the filter system back at one of the purifier lines from right behind that wall. Worried that we might have a leak in the water system. Request permission to shut down the system and take off the wall panels between C12 and C13 to look into it. Hopefully we can fix it that way. Trouble is, if there's a leak higher up, we can't get in to examine it, because the ceiling there is a solid weld. Response from C. Bishop. Filter spec sheet says condensation can be caused by rapid warming, cooling of filter system. No cause for concern. So a lot of fobbing off. God save the Queen. How beautifully British. So, we have to make the announcement.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Didn't work.
I don't like it here.
Yeah, I agree, it's a bit creepy. Let's get out of there.
Sam.
These are cute. I like them. Anyway, let's look in this door as well. So this looks like it was a classroom, and that looks like another toy.
Doctor.
So we got the doctor as well.
Well, let's say threading was 1 megaton. That would mean we have this radius, only halfway to Basingstoke. Now maybe that looks small, but that's around 100,000 fatalities, maybe 80,000 injuries from the blast and the fireball. That's just to start with. Prevailing wind direction here is northeast. Fallout scatter would be huge. It's likely to drift all the way out past Cambridge, past Norwich even, out to sea. The total number of casualties? Unimaginable. And that's 1 bomb.
Interesting. And from the looks of things, it seems like it might have been more than 1 bomb. So, dose in... Oh, so it's not a classroom. So as you can see, the higher the dose, the more that can happen. Not all of it is highly readable, but you can see from 150 to 250 that there is nausea and vomiting within 24 hours. Some incapacitation after 2 days and some mortality. And that's... So at the moment where we are is 75 to 150. So Sky, virtually no short-term effect, some nausea. Fair enough. We don't want to be getting over 600 because we would have mortality in a week. To be fair, as long as we stay under 150, we'll probably be fine.
AB welcomes. CB asks clarification purpose of meeting. AB puts forward petition from 18 residents keen to institute post
These are
morale
nice the way they're read out.
It is felt that CB is not forthcoming enough in communicating current status of bunker to residents. CB makes point that any urgent change in status will be communicated very clearly to all residents when it becomes relevant. In his view, no need for a new position. AB cites 2 safety incidents and asks committee if they were aware.
So AB
all but
is
FH,
A Blackmore.
DM, SC are unaware of said incidents. CB says neither incident is cause for immediate concern. No need to raise panic in difficult atmosphere. Calls on FH to clarify incidents. FH agrees not of immediate concern. AB raises point that lack of trust in bunker hierarchy is causing morale issues. More clarity and openness needed. CB reiterates appointed hierarchy and his belief that no need for additional officer. If any critical incident comes to light, all will be made aware. Requests end to meeting as urgent business to attend to. AB calls for vote on appointment of morale officer. CB says vote will be ignored. Not a democracy. Meeting ended.
Interesting. So obviously Bishop has very much taken on a dictatorship kind of role. Another player?
I just need to know. It's all right, Vera. Nonsense! I know George is trying to hide things from me. I'm ill, Evelyn. I'm not stupid. I'm right, aren't I?
I don't know what to say. I suppose he's just not sure.
Radiation! Then why is he trying to hide it? Why? Am I on the right medicine? What can be done? Why won't he say?
George has been distracted lately. Maybe he's just trying not to upset everyone.
They should be upset. They built this place in 6 weeks. 6 weeks! How can anyone expect it to be safe? There must be a leak. There must be.
Mr. Bishop says
I
that
know what he says. He doesn't want everyone to panic. Silly old Vera having another one of her turn. Look here. More blood. I'm not being silly. I'm not. It's not just me, Evelyn. If there's a leak, it's all of us.
Interesting. So I'm glad I came back to look at these. Obviously they've not been vital in progressing, but they have been quite interesting in terms of getting a better understanding of what's actually gone down in this place. So now we're going to head forward and actually enter this electric room. And we are going to go through. So we've got a few notes it would seem. Ah, there we go.
I should make the announcement.
I tried to make the announcement, it didn't bloody let me. Unless I tried to make it in the wrong place. And this seems like the only place to actually do anything.
I don't like it here.
So that must be where we do the announcement. But it wouldn't let me do it last time.
Attention, the mains power is about to be switched off for maintenance purposes.
Fair enough. Wonder why it didn't let me do it the first time I tried to do it. So we are going to be turning off the mains power. entirely clear
I
what
need to turn the power off.
Oh, there we go. So we drag
Locate
that down.
replacement fuse. Locate replacement fuse.
Oh, and is it in here?
Here's the replacement.
Well, that is rather handy.
Replace damaged fuse. I can switch the power back on now.
Don't know if that was the damaged fuse, it just seemed like the most logical one would be the one on the right. So there we go, we have got the power back on. Probably be keen to get the fuck out of here, but can't fully remember what it is I should be doing. It's going to be a journal to tell you what you need to be doing next. I can't remember if I had to make another announcement, so I'm going to go in
I don't like it here.
one, just in case.
Attention, maintenance complete. Thank you.
Cool, I thought I did have to. So, let's skid the hell out of this place, but before I do, curious to see if this is any different. Okay, good, no one new seems to be about. So, let's escape. Don't really need to be staying about here.
What's that horrible noise?
Yeah, I'm not about to explore, am I? Not crazy.
Please be okay, please be okay.
Besides, it's more important that we check that everything is fine, really, rather than investigating bizarre noises. Air filtration has failed.
What do I do? I need to find an NBC suit.
So what in here?
I don't have an NBC suit. I need an NBC suit before I can go to level 4.
see if there's one in here.
Help me, brother.
There does not seem to be. I do not recall seeing an NPC suit in there, so we probably want to push on to level 3, I imagine. Once it gives me the option to. So down the stairs we go. So here we are at level 3. Can I find myself a suit? We'll find out after a loading screen.
The war room.
It's not
Joe Mark, you can be right at the front with the tanks.
So out with it. What couldn't you tell me yesterday? There's no hope for any of them.
I don't know. It's not radiation poisoning. The water's clean, the air is clean. It's not the food. And yet the symptoms. I can't shake the feeling that someone is up to something.
Damn it, George. We don't have time for your fantasies. You need to figure this out with facts.
We don't know where this thing comes from, or how it will spread. We have no cause, we have no cure. We just don't have the resources to deal with it.
There is no help. There is no cavalry. There's just us. So get yourself together and fix this. Do you understand me?
What's that?
Cooling system.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bishop. I'm just on edge. This place, it's full of ghosts.
I used to pinch these blocks to make my toys.
And there's another toy on the floor, it would seem. Very cool. There's a map. And as you can see, various information, so there's things like comms dead, confirmed dead, awaiting report. Interesting. It's a very fancy war room. And let's go into here first, I think. Obviously what we are after is that suit. Okay. That was weird. Is that not the suit I needed? Okay, it was. So, in the event of a nuclear radiant leak, the following items are essential for protection. Checklist for components. Protective clothing, NPC suit, meet NFPA 1984, including gloves, boots, hood, respiratory equipment, gas mask, SCBA, air purifying respirators, radiation detection, so guide counter, model 060305, battery powered, and protection provided is highest available level of respiratory, so I'll say that, skin and eye protection from solid, liquid, nuclear and gaseous chemicals. Ensure suit integrity has not been compromised by wear and tear, rips or puncture before use. Ensure all zips and fastenings are sealed before entering contaminated area. So, we know what to do now. That's what I've just picked up in it. So, let's head back. So we have a suit.
This door only opens in an emergency.
So that's good to remember. Nothing else in here. It's a fancy looking costume. Interesting. So it obviously reminds him of something that he's witnessed as a child. Reminds me of Zero Escape. So we are getting to the point that unfortunately is as far as I can show you. I can't show anything past level 4, so I shall be winding down my gameplay soon. But that's not to say that I'm done just yet. So we've got everything equipped. Oh. Shit's going down.
I can't see anything.
That was stupid. I need to find a way to turn that off first, don't I? So, quick look about. We have lights. There we go. And we have a bit of paper.
Air filtration unit check. Day 18th of October 95. 16:11. Check by. Main filtration unit running okay. Cleaned out and replaced filters. Check back up just to be sure. Readings are a bit high, but Frank says no need to replace at the moment. Probably just as well. I'm concerned about our stock level of filters for the main unit. We're chewing through them a lot faster than Spec says, due to higher outdoor rad than expected. Frank says he'll have a word with Bishop about stocks and sorting out the backup longer term.
So it does seem like it was just a perfect storm of everything being worse than they had prepared for. And, you know, just everything going wrong. So let's look at the computer. So, critical fault detected, main filtration system active, filter effectiveness 71%, so that's better than it should be. Filter is broken or obstructed. Place filter immediately, disconnect pressure at main valve before continuing. Backup air filtration system status offline. 0% is the filter effectiveness. Fair enough. Doesn't seem to be giving me an option to do anything. That's very bizarre. Aha, there we go. Enter. Okay, so let's quickly look through these drawers. And we found another figurine. This one being... who is it?
The engineer.
Accident report. Date 12th of August 92. 1910. Filed by F. Hurley. Ran scheduled test of backup filtration unit. Rad levels way too high on output. Over 500 rem. Red lights across the board. Thought it was a Duff filter. Tried a new one. Same.
Sacrificed a Geiger. Stuck it on a rod and ran it round inside the casing.
We've got contaminated dust clogging the lower X duct. God knows how it got in. Might be a hairline, or maybe the filter just couldn't cope with the levels being so much higher than we expected. This is really, really bad. Without taking this apart, cleaning, resealing and decontaminating the whole thing, it's useless. We have no backup air filtration system. But I can't see how we can do it. We don't have a clean space to do this in. Bishop just shrugs pretty much. Keep it quiet, Frank, you'll only worry people. What else isn't he telling us?
I like how they read that as people, and for fuck's sake, but obviously there is shortened down to people and FFS, but obviously that is a very silly thing to be finicky about. So, I think... nope, still steam. So I need to find a way to turn off this valve first. Not entirely sure how I would do such a thing. Aha! So this will probably be a little mini game for button bashing. Good job, boy, good job. So now we can go look at this. definitely cracked. Doesn't seem to be letting me actually do anything to it for some reason. Gonna look at this. Nope, nothing there. How bizarre. So lots of things, but nothing to actually go and see or do. Let's have a look at this over here. Shit, that's going off the hook. Need to get this sorted quicker than slower. Don't just stand there looking at it. So that filter seems fine. That filter is not the issue. Could it be this one? It is. So that's been damaged somehow. Okay, so now we go back here.
I think I could use these to fix the unit.
Grab that. And we'll place it back in. And hopefully that solves our conundrum. So yeah, so far it's, you know, quite a interesting take on the F&V genre, despite those few little niggles I had.
The pressure valve back on.
At the start, just it's more down to me being a fool with my TV settings really and upping the brightness too much. Overall, you know, it's been an enjoyable hour that we've spent really playing this. You're gonna fall badly, apparently.